Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for anyone selling stuff online. How in the world do you get your product noticed when it's just one in a million? Well, it all comes down to mastering visibility.
And I've got to ask you this straight up. Is your product invisible online? Seriously. You could have the most amazing product ever, but if your customers can't find it when they search, it might as well not even exist. And the stakes here? They're huge. We're talking about a global e-commerce market that's going to hit almost $7 trillion by 2026. That's a massive pie, right? And getting your piece of it really just depends on one thing: getting seen.
So, how do you get seen? That's what we're going to break down. The key isn't just to list your product and hope for the best. Nope. You've got to optimize it for maximum visibility. That is how you unlock your share of that giant market.
Okay, let's dive right in. In this first part, we're going to look at exactly why optimization is the thing that takes a product from being totally invisible to being completely in demand. So what are we even talking about here? Product listing optimization sounds super technical, but it's not. It's just the process of making every single part of your product page, the title, the pictures, the description, way more attractive to the marketplace's search engine. And here's why this is so powerful. It actually creates this amazing positive feedback loop. See, when you optimize your listing, you get better visibility. That leads to more people clicking and, of course, more sales. And then the marketplace algorithm sees all that success and rewards you with, you guessed it, even more visibility. It just keeps feeding itself. So how do these search algorithms actually think? In this next section, we're going to crack the code and figure out what they're really looking for. It really just boils down to four main things. Every single marketplace out there, whether it's Amazon or Etsy or whatever, is basically grading your listing on these four pillars. How relevant is it? What's the quality of the listing? How is it performing? And what's your reputation as a seller? First up, relevance matching. This is like the absolute foundation. Are you using the same words in your listing that your customer is typing into that search bar? The closer you match, the higher your chances are of even showing up. Next, the algorithm gives you a listing quality score. You can think of this like your report card. Sparse, lazy listings, they get a low grade. But listings that are packed with great photos, detailed descriptions, and have all those little extra details filled out, they get an A+. Then you've got performance signals. The algorithm is literally watching how real people interact with your product. Are they clicking it? And when they click, are they actually buying it? The more people who do, the higher you're going to rank. It's that simple. And finally, it's not just about the product. It's about you. Your seller reputation, your reviews, how fast you ship, if you provide good service. All of that tells the marketplace that you're a trustworthy seller, and they always want to promote the trustworthy sellers. All right, that's enough of the why. Let's get into the how. This is the practical side, your step-by-step playbook for making this all happen. We've broken it down into 5 key steps. It starts with doing your homework and ends with building trust. Honestly, if you can master these 5 things, you're going to be miles ahead of the competition. Let's walk through each one. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with keyword research. You got to get inside your customer's head. A great way to do this is to just start typing into the search bar and see what it suggests. But you want to go deeper. Look for those super specific, long-tail keywords, like organic cotton yoga mat thick. That's not just a browser, that's a buyer. And hey, pro tip, go check out the Q&A sections on your competitors' pages. The exact language customers use there is an absolute goldmine. Now, let's talk titles. Look at this example. A bad title is something vague like amazing water bottle. It's useless. But a great title, it's packed with information and those keywords we just found. Stainless steel water bottle, 32 ounces, insulated double wall, leak-proof lid. See the difference? One tells you nothing. The other tells you everything you need to know to make a decision. When you write your description, your main goal is to answer every single question a customer might have before they have it. Use bullet points to make the benefits really pop. And don't just list features. So instead of saying durable, explain why it's durable, like made from 18-8 food-grade stainless steel that resists dents and rust. A great description builds confidence, and confidence leads to sales. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, online, it's worth 1,000 sales. You need a variety of shots, a clean main photo, some close-ups that show the quality, lifestyle shots that show the product being used, and a photo that shows its size. Oh, and a crucial tip for that sizing photo, don't just put numbers on it.
Show it next to something common, like a coffee mug, so people can instantly understand how big it is. Okay, last step, and this one is critical: reviews. They are powerful social proof, but they have to be authentic. You absolutely should follow up and ask for feedback, and you should respond to all of it, the good and the bad. But, and listen to me here, never ever offer someone an incentive for a review. It's against the rules, it's dishonest, and it can get your account shut down. Just don't do it. And finally, let's peek into the future for a minute. The way people search is already changing thanks to AI, and we've got to get our listings ready for what's coming next. Just think about it. You're not going to ask your smart speaker for a leak-proof 32-ounce bottle, right? You're going to say something like, hey, find me a tough water bottle for hiking that won't spill. The AI is basically a personal shopper, and it needs tons of detailed, structured data to make a good recommendation. That means your listing needs all that raw data, the material, the cap type, the volume, so the AI can confidently say, hey, this is the one you want.
When you really boil it all down, the whole point of optimization is pretty simple. It's about helping the platform understand your product, helping customers find you in a ridiculously crowded space, and then giving them every reason to feel confident hitting that buy button.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, it's that product optimization isn't a chore you do once and then you're done. It's an ongoing process. It's the engine that literally determines whether customers are going to find your product or your competitors. So we'll leave you with this one last thought. Right now, this very second, somebody out there is searching for exactly what you sell. The only question left is, will they find you?